Hello and welcome to my Yu-Gi-Oh channel. Today we're looking at a brand new card coming out of Yu-Gi-Oh! Rush Duels. This is Road Magic Raise Altar. It's a normal spell card with the requirement, if you control a face-up monster, must be a level 7 or higher spellcaster type you control. You can activate it by sending one monster, must be a light attribute, from your hand to the graveyard. The effect is to choose one face-up monster you control. Until the end of the turn, it gains attack equal to the attack of the face-up monster, level 8 or lower your opponent controls, that has the lowest attack. I'd have to say I don't like the design of this card. It's incredibly weak for what it needs to do, and it's nothing that's going to actually push you further within your duel. For starters, it requires you to have a very specific level of monster. It has to be level 7 or higher. So obviously you've got 7 Rose Magician, that's part of the imagery, and it's meant to be a card that supports Yugioh. And you do have to send a light attribute from your hand to the graveyard, so you've got the limitation on the attribute you need to be running within your deck. So light spellcasters, that's the example. The effect is just to steal the attack points equal to the level 8 or lower monster your opponent controls with the lowest attack. Now, think of that. Your opponent might have a level 1 monster out, or even, say at most, maybe a level 4 if you're being generous. Then, okay, you might get 1,500 additional attack points on your monster. That's kind of wishful thinking, kind of best, because if your opponent has a high attack monster, they might have a lower one as well. You're taking the weakest attack points. If your opponent has anything that can activate, that can boost their own attack points of their monsters, or be able to destroy your monster or reduce its attack points by further than this stat rise, then it's very weak. And because it's a normal spell card, it activates first. Your opponent will have trap cards ready against this type of card, and it's just far too basic an effect to confuse your opponent or to actually get you any further within the game. What do you guys think of this card? Can you see any implications where you can use it? I know, and I'll admit this, you can wipe out your opponent's other monsters. Things like Fissure are a good way of doing that, so that you eliminate their weakest monsters, so they only have one monster for you to be able to target with this effect. But it's just so specific, you need so much resource investment to be able to pull this off. Whatever you think, leave those comments down below, like the video if you enjoyed it, and don't forget to subscribe for more daily Yu-Gi-Oh content.